Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over. Hey, friends. You need this. Yes, this does not come natural to some people. And so I thought I would do a quick scope on it just to kind of share some of my tips that I have for making initial contact with people. I'll give everyone just a second to log on in. And as you're logging in, just a brief intro. My name is Jackie Ritz. I am a Blue Diamond leader in doTERRA. And I've been a part of doTERRA for almost 3 years now. I have a team of amazing people. Yes, Bluter, isn't that hilarious? I have a team of amazing people, and I love my team so much. Hello from Phoenix. And while I got you guys on here, I wanted to let you know that I got these outlines. I've been listening to Danny Johnson. I don't know if you know who Danny Johnson is, but I absolutely love her. She has wonderful resources for helping people out with network marketing. And one of my favorite resources that I always recommend to my team is her 30-day boot camp, which is free. And so it's kind of like the skill sets of making contact, enrolling, doing good presentations, everything. And so if you want to, look at this and do this boot camp, it's 30 days and it's self-paced. After like the first few days, you'll get an email a day, and then you'll be able to log in and do it at your own pace. And if you want to do that, you go to smarternetworker.com. If you go to www.smarternetworker.com, that is the link to Danny's bootcamp. And that's her name, yeah, Danny Johnson, smarternetworker.com. Yes, thank you for putting that up there. And it's a great boot camp. It is very generic, so it's not just for people in doTERRA or another business. It's across the board, just skill sets for network marketing, which I think are vital to learn. I don't know about you, but when I started in this business, I didn't have those skill sets, guys. I didn't even know how to sell anything. So I had to learn that, and I had to get good at it. I had to do a lot of role play. I had to get uncomfortable making contact with people, something that I really did not want to do, but I knew that I needed to do that if I wanted to grow my business. So today I want to talk with you guys about how to make that initial contact. And so when I'm talking about initial contact, it's that contact that you make with somebody for the first time, maybe in a long time. So it would be somebody who maybe you're doing a text blitz, or, maybe you have a class coming up and they've come to your mind. Or, like I encourage my team to do, maybe you have a names list of 100 to 200 names, 500 being amazing, of people that have just crossed your path throughout your life. And it could be friends, it could be family, it could be high school friends, it could be doctors, chiropractors, anybody. And it could be that. So it's, how do you make initial contact? Do we just call them up out of the blue and say, hey, I haven't talked with you in 20 years. How you doing? I'm selling doTERRA now. You want to come to a class? They're going to look at you like you're silly. So how do we actually go about making initial contact with people to where we don't sound like, we don't know what we're talking about? And so this was, I think, day 5 in Danny Johnson's boot camp. And it was all about making initial contact. And I just thought it was so good because, I'm one of those who I'm not good at making initial contact. It's something that I have had to really, really practice and get good at. And a really good way to get good at it is through role play. So if you have an upline mentor or a crossline buddy friend, somebody that you collaborate and that you really get along and jive with, ask them to role play with you and ask them to really kind of play on the other end of that phone line and, give you things, role play with you so that you can kind of practice about the right things to say. If you guys are appreciating what I'm saying, I love seeing hearts. That way I know that people are kind of still there. So every now and then if somebody wants to throw up some hearts, that'd be good. Okay, good. You guys are still there. So the first thing that your first purpose when you are making initial contact with somebody is the very first thing that you want to do is you want to establish trust with them. And so by doing this, there's a few ways to do this. And some of the ones that, are recommended is you just really you want them to walk away feeling like you blessed them, like you encouraged them, like you impacted their life somehow for that day. You made them smile. And maybe in the long run, because of you doing that, maybe you get a referral from them. But just really making their day. So that's the first point of making contact with somebody, is just to establish that trust with them. When you get on the phone, you pick up the phone, you call them, or you see them at, soccer game or church or, ladies' night out, whatever it might be. The first thing you want to do is you want to leave an impact that you just kind of made their day. All right. So that's the most important thing out of making initial contact with people, because in doing that, you're going to establish that trust with them, and they're going to know that they can come back to you and you're there. And you're not going to give them that vibe of like, oh my God, MLM lady coming at me. Here we go again with another party. So make that impact on them from the get-go. The second thing is you want to have the long-term relationship in mind with them. It's not just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Come to my party, come to my class, come to my essential oil event, get a starter kit, and we're done. You're creating a long-term relationship with them. In direct sales, and especially in doTERRA, the retention rate in doTERRA is like unbelievable. And we have 82% of people in doTERRA who are customers. And those are repeat customers. Those are people who come back for more, and they love the oils and they love the products and they keep buying them. So what is the most important thing? It's having that long-term relationship with them, because you're creating that long-term customer appreciation and buyership with them. So have that long-term relationship in mind from the get-go, and that, this is something that is it's not just we're one and done. All right. And then the third thing is you want to get to know who they are. You want to discover what their needs are. You want to discover what their strengths are, what their goals are. You are not a part of this equation right now. So you have to take you out of it. All right. So when you're talking to somebody and making initial contact with them, take yourself out of it. They don't want to know anything about you right now. You want to make it to where you're talking all about them. You become invisible. All right. Become invisible and make the prospect feel important. And so the way that you do this is by creating interaction with them and talking with them and asking them questions. And so a really good formula for this is FORM, F-O-R-M. And I needed this, okay? Because when I'm talking to somebody, I can get really awkward and uncomfortable sometimes, right? Anybody else kind of feel the same way? And I just don't know how to lead to the next part. And so I had to work through that, all right? And so if you follow this kind of equation or the acronym called FORM, then you will always know how to kind of get to that next part in the conversation. And so FORM, F stands for family. All right. So you ask them about their family. If they start talking about traveling, you ask them, are they married? Are you doing this alone? And that just get them talking about their family, their kids, their wife, their spouse, all that kind of thing that relates to family. And then the O stands for occupation. So what do? Do they enjoy doing it? Get them talking. That's the main part of making initial contact with somebody. If you can do this the right way, you are going to know, you're going to find that connection, not only between us and them, all right, but you're going to find that connection, that pain point that I always talk about between them and the oils and the product, also them and the business. All right. We don't want to neglect that important part of doTERRA, the business opportunity. And so as you're invisible, you're asking them questions, as somebody's talking. And I love this presentation. It was almost 3 years ago by Elise Chedevy. She's a double presidential diamond. And it was before a convention at a pre-convention event. And she was talking about how she just talks all about them. And you're like, yeah, tell me about that. Oh, and she just leads them into talking more and more and more about themselves. So number 4 is you want to find that connection between you and them. So if it's a mother, all right, for me, I relate to mothers, I relate to women, I relate to business owners, I relate to entrepreneurs. But if it's a mother, who kind of I've led into that area of talking about motherhood, then I have that connection and I can kind of relate to them in that way, and they feel comfortable and safe if you're able to do that. And I also love directing them down like the business opportunity. So I always ask, part of form is family, occupation. Well, what do you do? Oh, you're a stay-at-home mom. Oh, that's exactly what I was doing before I became a part of doTERRA. What's your husband do? And you're dropping those little bombs in there that kind of like perk their interest. And, as you're asking them more questions about themselves and their family. Another thing to talk about, we've got family, we've got occupation. It's recreation. What do they like doing for fun? What are their hobbies? What kinds of things do they do in their free time? That sort of thing. When you get through this, okay, M is message. You're able to deliver the message. And the message is, as I was talking to you, I heard that, you have 3 kids and, one of them's having a hard time sleeping at night. I kind of had the same problem too. And that's when I discovered essential oils. Have you ever heard of them? All right, listen, be quiet, shut your mouth, take a drink so that you are able to shut your mouth. Listen to what they say. Yeah, I've heard of them, but I'm not too sure what they are. I kind of seen people in my news feed throwing them up, and I'm kind of unsure of what they are. Oh, I felt the same way too. I saw a lot of stuff on essential oils, and I just wanted to try it out for myself and for my son, who is having a terrible time sleeping at night. And so I got this oil, lavender. Have you ever heard of lavender? Of course, they've heard of lavender. Well, lavender is a great oil that helps promote a great restful sleep. Is it okay if I give you a sample? You can try this, and let them talk, be quiet. And then give them a sample of the oil and give them the way to use it. Are they going to take it home? If you're just giving them a sample bottle with 10 drops in it, they have no idea how to use it. You have got to tell them how to use that sample. And so I particularly am very fond of those little sample roll-on bottles now that one of my leaders put me onto. I love them. And so I'll make a little roll-on bottle sample for them. I'll rub this on the bottom of his feet and the back of his neck before he goes to bed. And is it okay if I give you a call in 2 days? I want to see how this lavender's working. All right, so you've got an in, you've got a connection. You've established trust with them. You've left the door open. You've given them the opportunity to say yes to you for contacting them again. And then you can also, if you have a class coming up, you can also let them know about that. I also wanted to let you know that I have a class coming up. Actually, it's tomorrow night. I'd love to see you there. Is this something that you can come to? That's how easy it is, guys. I think sometimes we make this so hard and so difficult, and we get so nervous that we talk and we yap and we yap and we yap, and we don't let them talk and tell us what their needs are. And we don't establish that trust with them to where they feel comfortable opening up to you about maybe some of their strengths, some of their goals, some of their needs, some things going on in their family. So you want to make sure that you look for a way to always lead in. Look for a lead in that they offer you so that you can continue talking about what's important to them. And so if you can just get people talking about themselves and make your goal from the beginning is to make them happy, help them walk away encouraged, put a smile on their face, then you're going to come across as not salesy and pitchy, not somebody who's selfish and want to get things done for themselves, not another MLM mom, not another, person who's doing parties and classes. You're going to come across as someone who's very sincere. And then at that point of your initial contact, set a second appointment. All right, set an appointment for them to take a look at the products. So that would be a one-on-one, an essential oil class that you have coming up. Before you make initial contact, guys, you have got to have something written down, something available on your calendar, or what are you doing? What's it going to lead into? You know, you always have to have that second a contact after that one that you're making right now. You always have that. All right, so set an appointment for them to take a look at the product opportunity. So that would be our essential oils, a one-on-one, an essential oil class, an event, all right? Or maybe if you got super lucky and this person needs something more to her life and she's explained it to you, she's not satisfied with just doing, being a stay-at-home mom. She loves that part of it, but she just wants something more. Then that would be a great opportunity to sit down and talk with her about the business opportunity and to present that to them. And so, we personally on our team, we use the EDGE system, and I love the business overview for this, and just sitting down with them and showing them the business opportunity in doTERRA and helping them and showing them how they can create this income in doTERRA and do something that they love and enjoy. The last thing and I think I've said this already, you just want to make a friend. You want to make a friend that will be a long-term relationship, that somebody that you can, call back. And if you're nice to them and they walk away feeling great, and you can get more referrals to more people, to more contacts, to more businesses who might be interested, to more business partners. So that is the goal of making initial contact with somebody. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I got a lot of these tips once again from smarternetworker.com, and I love the 30-day bootcamp. It's a great addition to whatever kind of system you're doing right now, whether it be EDGE, whether it be Share Success, any kind of class in a box. These are skill sets for network marketing that are just great to know. Somebody said, how do I get the class 101 that I did yesterday? I teach my essential oil classes off of the EDGE Success TerraPad. And it's called Nature's Oils for Your Home. And you can get that on edgesuccess.com or Aroma Tools. So I use the EDGE Success system for teaching, building, duplicating, mentoring, for my membership overviews, for my business overviews. It's very simple. And that's just what I personally like using. There's other systems that are amazing and great. So you just have to find one that just fits with you and what you love doing. My YouTube channel is, I don't even know. You can probably find it by searching Jackie. I think it's actually called Jackie R or the Paleo Mama. And I'm trying to upload my Periscope recordings onto that. But apparently they get saved on Periscope anyway now. So you can always come back to my Periscope account and rewatch any of the videos that I've done. So that's it, guys. That's making initial contact. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to kind of do little pieces of, what I'm taking from this boot camp and some of the skill sets I think are necessary in network marketing and sharing doTERRA. So, feel free to share this scope with your team, your friends, your family, and doTERRA. Swipe left to right, share it, or send them to the link. So that's it. Hope you guys have a wonderful, Tuesday? And I'll see you guys on the next scope. Bye.